Alright everyone, it's me back again with another video. I am driving. Let me put up the window just a little bit so you can hear me. It's probably a little better. Yes, back again, another video. Dancing with the Stars, week 4, the finale. Yeah, we had our winner last night. As many of you may or may not know, if you watched it, if you didn't watch it or whatever, I'm not sure why you would watch these. If you don't watch the show, maybe you do watch these in case you don't watch the show just because, but I don't know, because engagement has been down just across everything, across Twitter, Tumblr, here, my Tumblr, my Twitter, my views of people watching, other blogs and stuff. People just aren't caring about this season. Makes sense. Kind of move on with your lives if it doesn't come on when it usually does. And on top of that, the season wasn't very good anyway. But yeah, so the winner was crowned last night. They had like a little 5-minute vote that really only the East and Central time zones were able to legitimately participate in. I only participated in it because I wanted Josh to win. I just kind of guessed when they were going to open up the lines, and I was correct. The online voting, but yeah, so I guess we can just start. They kind of rushed through everything. It was only an hour long. They really should not have done this season. I'm going to stand behind that for just... I'm not really going to talk about this season ever again because it felt like such a throwaway. But really, they did not need to go through with this season. They could have just waited until September to bring back the show and do season 26 again. But goodness gracious, gas is $2.79. Oh my gosh. This summer is about to be awful in terms of gas. I am not happy for that. Anyway, so yes, we had our 3 couples. Up first was Tanya and Sasha. They had a Viennese waltz. They got a 26. I thought it was pretty. I love a good Viennese waltz. It was good, especially not considering the fact it was week 4. It was kind of what I expected. All of these were finale dances, but they're dances that you'd expect to see in week 4. So take what you can get. Not as polished as they could be and all that stuff. Again, no reason for them to have done a 4-week season. This is even less than the first season, which was 6 weeks. So they could have, it would have been so much, whatever. Anyway, yeah, they got a 26. I liked it. Up next was Josh and Sharna. They had a foxtrot. They got a 27, and I liked it too. I hated the vocalist. Goodness gracious. I don't know what's going on over on Dancing with the Stars with their live singers or whatever, but it's always once a season at least where they sing a song and it's just like, I cannot, it is torturous to listen. I was listening to it, it sounded like a group of 10 cats dying simultaneously in an alleyway while getting mauled by run over by a steamroller. That's what it sounded like. I couldn't. It was so bad, and it took me out of the moment. I could not pay attention to the dance. I was so taken aback by how terrible that they sounded. And it was worse because I love the song Conqueror anyway. Estelle and Jesse Smollett. I love that song anyway, so for that, okay, so moving on. Up next, Adam and Jenna, they had a jazz routine. A little bit frustrated at the fact that he got a contemporary last week, he got jazz this week, because as you all know, those 2 dances really do not have rules on this show. If you do well and you don't fall on your butt and you and your partner look like you're in sync, then you're going to get a good score regardless. There's like really no technique that the judges score on for those. So they got a perfect score. Obviously, makes sense. But it's frustrating that they got both of those when he was the most talented dancer left, with the most skilled dancer, I would say, left. And the other two had ballroom dances to do, technical ballroom dances. Okay, so yeah, that was first round. Second round was freestyle. Tanya was up first. This is another song that the band, not the band always sounds good. Those live singers, I don't know what their problem is. I don't know how they get paid or what. They sound terrible. But it was to the they started with the I Will Survive portion of Hush 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 by the Pussycat Dolls. But then they went into the Pussycat Dolls Hush 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 Hush. So it was Hush Hush, but for some reason they labeled it as I Will Survive. But that's not the song. That song is by Gloria Gaynor, so I don't know why why the report said that. Whatever. I thought it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but I guess it was about as good as you're going to get for a week 4 dance. So she got a perfect score. There was just a couple of mishaps, but it wasn't anything too major. But seeing as though it was the last dance and it was good, I just was like, oh, okay, whatever. Josh and Sharna had their freestyle up next, and they got a perfect score as well. I thought this was well deserved. I thought it was one of Sharna's, actually probably one of her best freestyles. Probably her second best freestyle. I will always say that her freestyle with James was the best, but her second best was definitely Sharna. Oh, Josh. I just really enjoyed the concept. I thought it was very interesting what she did. She went really with football. And I really enjoyed that she really did a dance that was like football for Josh, I really enjoyed that. And then up next, or that was my favorite dance of the night, my favorite freestyle. Up next was Adam and Jenna. They had a freestyle too. They got a 28. I already talked about this at length, at how irritated this made me. So I'm gonna just give you some background information. When I first when I on my Tumblr, I run a Dancing with the Stars blog, and so somebody sent an ask or a question about. I look really bright right now because the sun is coming in right here. Whatever, y'all just got to deal for the last 2 minutes of this. So they said, yeah, so I'm Asian American, and this dance kind of the person was like, the dance kind of was a little bit insulting, and like, I don't usually get insulted, but I felt a way about this one. And I didn't even like it anyway, but it just felt insulted. And so I'm not Asian American, but they're like, you can post this if you want, but you don't have to. But it was whatever. So I was like, okay. So I was like, now I have to keep my eyes open. So as soon as I saw the costumes before they even hit the stage, I was like, oh boy, this is where we're going. Because the costumes were just so problematic. Immediately I knew we're in for a mess. This is about to be some ish. So they got, and I'd already heard the song before, Scooby-Doo Papa, which is a song that's in Spanish, and it's like a Latin dance song, so I'm not sure what the correlation was between Japanese culture, which is what I got from like the outfits and the fans and stuff. The Japanese concept with a Latin song, it made no sense to me. It just felt like they did it just because, which is literally cultural appropriation. I'm gonna look up my phone's right there. I gotta look up the definition, but essentially what that was at best culturally extremely culturally insensitive, at the very worst racist, and in between there cultural appropriation and all that stuff. So take it with what you will, but regardless of how you look at it, there was issues with that dance. And I know a lot of people are getting on Carrie Ann. I cannot speak, child. I know a lot of people were going in on Carrie Ann, a lot of white people, I will say, because, and a lot of Adam stans were going in on Carrie Ann because they're like, and then they were also calling her homophobic or whatever, which, I'm not going to get into that, but there's this whole thing, like, kind of with white women with white gay men. There's kind of a issue. There tends to be that, what do I want to say? That marginalized group that they're a part of makes a lot of them feel like they can do whatever they want, but you can't come for them because they are part of a marginalized group. And you cannot call them out on any of the bull that they pull because they are part of a marginalized group. That's a conversation that needs to be had. That's a conversation that people talk about all the time, that people of color talk about all the time. And it's definitely something that I saw with this. Yeah, there's just so much wrong with it. And then on top of all that, I mean, even with the wigs and the outfits and the fans and everything that was just so bad, the dancing just wasn't that good. And had the phone lines and all that stuff been open like they usually are, he wouldn't have won. Adam wouldn't have won. He did win. Adam and Jenna did win, so congrats to them. But had the phone lines and online voting been open like they usually are, and the finale was tonight, Tuesday night, they wouldn't have won, period. I don't even know if they would have gotten second place, to be honest, because I feel like Tanya might have snatched that up from him. I feel like Josh would have won, Tanya would have gotten second, and Adam would have got third because of that freestyle. So Jenna needs to be very, very happy that was taken into consideration, and hopefully she goes back and looks, because something like that can make you feel like that's what gave you the trophy. It's not what gave you the trophy. And if that very dance would have cost you the trophy if everything was done correctly. So never do anything like that again. If Jenna ever watches this, which she never will, but if she ever does, or if somebody catches wind of this, never do anything like that again. Do not go near that. You can have creative ideas and all that stuff and do that. That's great. Do not do something like that ever again. That was garbage. I'm sorry I have to say it. So yeah, Adam won. Even with that, Adam won. Oh, I forgot to say, Carrie Ann did look very offended by it. And she did seem like she was offended and taken aback, and her body language and her face and all that was very different than what you're used to seeing. Even when she's disappointed in a dance itself, it was very different. Her energy that she was giving off was very different than what you usually see from Carrie Ann when she's disappointed with a freestyle. And even her body language right after the dance ended, the camera pans over to the judges, but it's like a far away shot, but her body language looks very kind of like, what was that? So and even her word choice and all that stuff, it just kind of, anyway, that's the end of the season. Adam won, congrats. Never do anything like this again. Dancing with the Stars, this was a garbage season. I will see you all this weekend for Black Music Weekends, and Dancing with the Stars will start back up in September. I'm not doing Dancing with the Stars Junior. Again, next time, bye.